Since we all know that we are here, since you all know that we are here, I'd like to speak on time. The standard logical interpretation is that the flow of time is linear, uniform, and governed by laws to ensure standardization and structurization. The absence of a structurized theme for time, in the absence of a structurized theme of time, there'll be chaos. And hence, time should flow linearly, uniformly, and predictably to ensure smooth, certain, and organized achievement of goals. This is the human view of time. This is how you all interpret time. However, that's not how it works energetically. Since you all have started talking about energetic stuff, and because humanity is on the brink of this massive energetic breakthrough, which will expand its consciousness, hope so, or destroy it, I don't care. But this is the human view of time, and now I'm going to tell you the truth of time. We are energetic containers, and so our energetic levels determine timelines for us. There's only one objective here: the level of consciousness to expand, to increase, the frequency of existence to be higher and softer. Thus, time flows to allow us to expand our consciousness levels. And we do this by expanding our hearts. Our heart is where our energy is. So when I say we expand our heart, I mean we expand our energy. And this we do by expanding our hearts and dismantling restrictive patterns based on constructions of time. So, much like everything else, time too flows individually for everyone. Time flows individually for everyone depending on your level of consciousness. Yes, that's the reason why that friend of yours is struggling to be in a relationship when you already are in one, or maybe you are struggling to be somewhere where someone else already is. And you might blame it on time, and you might blame it on destiny, and you might blame it on God, but in reality, it's your state of consciousness. Time flows individually for everyone. In individuals, flavors, and themes too, time flows individually. Today, on this date, as you are reading this, you could be in an entirely different timeline as someone else who is also reading this right now. Your interpretation of every word written here could be built around your energetic signature, which is unique to you. Unique, not fixed or constant. Unique. It is dynamic. So our timeline is different. It has different checkpoints, thresholds, and gateways. There are energy balancing requirements for your evolution here, and the only thing that's gonna happen is expansion. You'll balance that stuff out, and you'll balance that stuff out because that's the very reason why you're here. You'll balance that stuff out and cross that threshold and gateways. However, your balancing and evolution is also unique to you. So let's say if the world around you says it's your age to save money, raise children, get married, build a house, be a grandfather, run a business, study hard, cater to your spouse, cater to your parents, etc. That may or may not be it. You could be convinced that you're running out of time for something, when in truth, the energetic requirements could be to discover and nurture your self-worth first, or something else on the energetic spectrum first. Because you're too busy and convinced that you are growing old, you're not balancing and giving time to this energetic discovery, and hence might keep running into partners who mirror and trigger the very energy you might feel punished, forsaken, blocked, all negative stuff. That's your confirmation of what needs to be alchemized and worked on. So, what I meant by this article was that time flows individually for everyone, and it's high time humans understand that, because you all have already started talking about energy. Your timeline will teach you the worth of yourself this way or that way. If your ego revisits the, if your ego resists, I'm sorry. If your ego resists the call of your soul will tear the ego apart, and sometimes rather brutally, to pivot you towards the truth and that you're meant to discover. The real evolutionary stuff that's gonna last longer than your plan of 30 or 40 years. I think it will be too much for them to skip it. In case of a subtle, softer, and powerful heart, in case of a subtle, softer, and powerful heart, one or two heartbreaks would be enough for you to generate power for the ego to subside. You'll turn to God, crying, questioning, blaming, screaming, hurting, seeking, resetting, grieving, whatever, and He'll take care of you from there on. Only and only if you really consciously feel the pain and accept that your plans aren't working. Surrender. You don't see that energy, your own energy, because it's too subtle. You could be too sensitive and soft. You need to be sensitive and soft, egoless, ego free in case B. But as humans, we are often, you often struggle with crude, controlling, and certain ways to cling on to and live happily. Truth is, you barely live, you just survive. Anyways, your timeline will teach you that, and balancing, and you'll cross the Rubicon. With more ego, it will take longer. With less ego, it will be easier and better. I have more. It's about to jump in timelines, but I think that's everything's not needed at this point. This point, the only thing that you all need to know is that time flows differently for each one of us. Yes. Thank you.